In downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. On the crossing route, complete. That's Wade. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Come on, let's go.
Ready, set. 44, Mike, 44. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check my 50. Hey. 50. Check my 50. Cover. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Stafford now to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's good for our Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hey, lady. 50. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Yellow 20! Yeah. You don't want none. Hey! You. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. You run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford escaping the pressure right. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Blue 60! Mike's 50, Mike's 50! Check the out.
On 3rd down, it's Bryant. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here's Bonham. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set! 180! Watch the slant. Kill. Hey, easy! Ringo. Mike's 50.
On 1st down, Johnson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Set! 280! Mike Spokebo. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Watch this. Hey, 70! Hey, 80 weapons.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 10-2 start. All day, pump.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Yeah. 44, Mike, 44.
Here's Johnson. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Monday. Check 99. Hey. That's me. Mike 50. Yeah.
On third down, it's Bryant. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Bucker able to put this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now on 2nd and 16, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
On first down, Bryant, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Pick it up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
25 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the 11. Hey. Motion. Hey, 25 to Mike. We go 25 to Mike. 59. They're running it. Watch the safety creep.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Touchdown, Packers. Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going deep here. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Stafford. Looking sideline, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike Spokebo. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. A first update now from Cincinnati. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Three bud.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Rodgers to throw again. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Throwaway and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Get right. Get ready. Alert 3.
On 3rd down, Michel. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
10, 50, 50. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Lamb. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Alert!
Throwing again. Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. 36, 30, 32. Hey, 70.
Throwing again at Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Well, now they'll try the end around. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And this one's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll run with Michel. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go. 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 58.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
11 yards there and a Lion first down. Now a first down throw. Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Football to Mike. Mike's football. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Hey, Alpha. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check, check. We got to get the ball, D. Like 7. Check, check.
To throw is Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
White.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done.
Touchdown, Packers! Sony Michel, 70 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Ricky. Check 9. Omaha, remove.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He'll get this one to Golladay. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. On third down. It's Bryant, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Bryant has it. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 6.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Go, go, go.
Hey, give me radar.
50's the Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Easy alert.
Back to throw, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Watch the...
Easy.
50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Double right.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
All day, baby, all day.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Yeah, let's go.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Get ready. Get ready.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I can't believe they even let you play.
'59.
Here we go. 50.
Bravo.
Mike 50.
Hey.
I got you. Hey,
Mike's 50.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Mike's 50.
To throw again, Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
The Packers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. They couldn't contain Deshaun that time as he gets home for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
3rd down and 11.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Omaha, ready to move.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford on the move to his left. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
This is taken at the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Watch the run.
Rodgers now on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them. Pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Josh Jackson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And it's Michel once again. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way.